and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be talking about going on a low-buy year. I know that this is a very kind of trendy thing to do right now, but I have some reasons why I should go on a low-buy year and why I need to go on a low-buy year. So today's video is going to be all about the reasons why I'm going on a low-buy and the rules I'm going to have. I'm not officially starting this low-buy until January, but I did want to let you guys know that I'm going to be doing this. When I was going into this, I really kind of thought about doing a no-buy and an entire no-buy year, but knowing myself, I am not good at no-buys. I do not stick to my no-buys, even when I give myself clear rules of like, you have to use all of your foundations up before you could go buy another one type of rules. I don't do well with that. I know that there are going to be releases and things that I want. So with that in mind, I know I can't go on a no-buy. And maybe in a while I'll be able to do a no-buy. Just right now, it's just not feasible or going to work for me. Some of my specific reasons are I have some things that I need to pay down, like school loans, and as well as things I'm hoping to save up for in the future, such as buying a house. I am 30 years old and I do have to be an adult sometimes, which sucks, but it's time for me to kind of be an adult and really take my adult responsibilities on. I'm also hoping to be back in school, and with wanting to be back in school sometime soon, I am not going to be able to afford the amount of makeup that I typically do. This past year, I have purchased way more makeup than I even intended to. I was subscribed to so many different subscription boxes and bags, and just too much, in all honesty. So I'm really going to kind of take this seriously and really kind of focus on it. I do have some very specific rules, and I am planning on doing monthly check-ins with this because I need you guys to hold me accountable. Okay? I need to be held accountable to this. And it's not something that I'm taking lightly at all. I really want this to be successful. And I'm really hoping it stretches my creativity, that I can talk about more things, and that you guys will be here to support me, and that if you guys are on low buys or no buys, I can be there to support you as well. I do have my rules and stuff all written down, so I'm probably going to be reading off of this paper. I wrote this while I was at work on my break, so here we go. My rules. And if you can hear out there, my dog is eating, and she is just going to continue eating and drinking water. So you're welcome. Rule number, come here, Peach. Come here.
Oh, come here.
And here's the adorable little girl right now. She's camera shy. And I'm probably going to have dog fur all over me, huh? Mwah. Okay. So rule number 1, I can only have one subscription box for the entire year. And I have chosen BoxyCharm for that subscription box. I am going to be getting BoxyLuxe. So we're going to get into that because I'm very aware of how much I could be potentially spending with BoxyCharm and with BoxyLuxe and all of that. I've kind of figured that out, which I'm fine with. I can only purchase new makeup or makeup in general outside of BoxyCharm every 2 months. So that means if I purchase makeup in January, I'm not going to be able to purchase makeup again until March. Number 3, I cannot spend over $75 in the months that I am able to and allowed to purchase makeup. That's going to be a very hard one for me because when I do bulk orders, I spend well over that $75. I spend too much of that money. I spend too much of my own money on makeup and things. And I'm really hoping that me setting it at $75, and some of you guys might think that's a little high, and it could be. I'm not thinking I'm going to spend $75 every single month. My goal with this is to really make sure that I want the products I'm purchasing, and that on months that I want maybe a couple of things, especially from indie brands, that I'll be able to get them. Or if I have to purchase replacements or things like that. Number 4, replacement products fit into my $75. Meaning if I have to replace something, then that is less money I can spend on something new. I like this. This I think is really going to help me, because it's going to be like, oh no, you need this, you need a mascara. Oh, well, then you can't get this, or you need that, and things like that. Number 5. Point perks do not count towards my $75. Meaning if I use point perks, it's totally fine for me to use those point perks and to buy a little bit extra. And I'm going to be very upfront with you with screenshots and everything when I use point perks. Number 6. I will be doing monthly update videos. I think this is very important for me to do monthly update videos, not only to keep myself on track, but to kind of let you guys know how things are going and what I'm finding is working and what is not working. I really want this to be about, did I stay on budget? Did I follow the rules? You know, one of my other things that I kind of want to specify is that I'm not allowed to go out and ask anyone to purchase makeup for me. I can't be like, oh yes, do this. But if somebody gives me a gift, that is totally fine. But I'm not going to be going to my husband going, you need to buy me this. I need this now. Da, 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 da. No, that's not what I want this to be at all. Number 7, so say in January, I am able to spend my $75 and I elect not to spend it on anything. There's nothing that I want in January. I can take that $75 and combine it, especially if I know that something major is coming out and I really want it. I can combine that with the other $75 of another month I'm allowed to spend. So meaning that if I hold off in January, I'm not going to be purchasing in February. I will have to hold off until March. And I know that seems a little strict and kind of restricting. I've really kind of thought about this and was like, you know what? Sometimes it's good to hold off and just wait and to see if I want that product. And if I have to wait for it, sometimes I don't want it. But if I have to wait for it and I still want it, then it's something that needs to be in my makeup collection. Number 8, I want my purchases to focus on indie brands. So there is a reason I'm staying with BoxyCharm. BoxyCharm tends to be a little more mainstream, and I can get my mainstream kind of item fixes there. But I want this next year to be heavily focused more on indie brands. I want to try more from indie brands. And if you guys have any indie brands I need to try, leave those in the comments down below, please. So I figured it out. If I decide to stick with BoxyCharm throughout this whole next year, because I could cancel it, I will be spending $368 on BoxyCharm. If I do spend $75 every single month that I'm able to purchase makeup, I will be spending $450. So altogether, that's $818. Now, I'm hoping that by the end of the year, I am not spending that much, but I am going to keep track of how much I've spent. Meaning how much BoxyCharm was or BoxyLuxe was. All of that together, because I want to kind of make sure that I am at least under $1,000 by the end of this year. And I know, again, that this seems like quite a bit of money. I'm aware of that, but I've spent way more money on makeup than I have in I don't know how long. And I have so many eyeshadow palettes and so much makeup here that I really don't need to go through and purchase more. So my effort and my goal here is to make sure that I can stick to this budget. And that maybe, again, in a year or so, I can do a no-buy year. So I'm going to, again, start this in January. It starts January 1st. And I've actually I'm debating whether I want to start in January being able to spend or if I want to start in February. And I kind of wrote down, I think I'm going to actually start in February because around my birthday month, I know I'm going to want to go and spend some money on some makeup. And I don't want to have to not spend anything during my birthday month. So I think in October, I'm going to allow myself to spend money on my birthday. So I think I'm going to start I think I'm going to start my low buy year with January being a month that I can't spend any money on, and February being the month that I start being able to spend money on. So with that being said, I am super excited to do this. I am planning on doing monthly check-ins and letting you know how it's going. I don't think that this is going to be 100% easy. I'm not going into this thinking that I'm going to do this and it's going to be the greatest thing ever. But I know it's going to be the greatest thing ever for my wallet and for my goals outside of YouTube. So that is why I'm doing this. And I hope that you guys understand, and I will be trying to purchase things occasionally. I will be still getting BoxyCharm unless I decide to cancel it for some reason. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'd also appreciate your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys again, and bye!